let's track back a little bit to the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, that went through, was a pretty solid showcase, but people were quick to notice that Halo was nowhere to be seen. It wasn't on the main show, wasn't on the pre-show, wasn't on a peep show, wasn't on any damn show. And Phil Spencer took to Video Game Chronicle to speak more on this, saying, quote, "I wouldn't say Halo was of lesser importance, but we have over 20 studios now. You can kind of see that in some of the social things that the team have been doing around seasons, but I don't want to force them to talk about their longer term vision until they're ready. I think you'll see some pretty cool things coming." So, Kai, let's take a second. Let's look at this.
I think it's a good thing. Like Halo has been like a topic of conversation for a while, and I feel like they haven't really hit the mark with Halo for its core fan base for a long time. So the fact that I guess what this absence means is that they've acknowledged that, and I don't think they're ever going to run away from Halo. So I think this absence just means that they are taking the time to do justice by the name. Because I feel like they don't have many attempts to do that left.
Now, again, I was going to direct this question to you, Kai, but I'll direct it back to Wen. So, based on this, I mean, well, thoughts on where Halo is standing now and where you think it should stand?
This is just stand in the trash, man. So, like, again, I'm not a Halo hater, but I don't really care for the game.
Neither do I. Like, honestly, I barely even played Halo.
I do, but I'll say my piece later.
No, yeah, and I'm not saying that we should. I mean, I have said we should stop doing Halo, but I'm not saying that right now. That's not the important thing. I think what's very important is the question that was asked and that response translated into like non-PR terms. He said, "Dog, why the fuck are you focusing on all these I got 20 studios. We just bought 20 brand new studios, and you're talking about Halo, bro? Who cares?" It's like I saw an article that was like, the next Elder Scrolls game won't be out till 2026, and I was like, who the fuck is asking about that game when they just showed Starfield, bro? He does not. That was like the funniest part about this whole thing is like the whole time I'm thinking he's like, "Dog, I don't want to talk about the one game we didn't show off today." And that's kind of how I feel. Actually, that circles back to how I feel about Halo, where it's like, give it time, bro. I think you guys just need straight up time. Literally. Don't even bring the game up. Don't do no collectors, nothing. Just show us a finished good title with a lot of content stored and ready to go. I don't think we need any more like Halo teasers, Halo anything. Like, bro, Xbox can survive without the green guy there. Like, I think people really need to understand that. I love Master Chief, but if he's not on Xbox for an entire console generation, it's not going to implode. The same way that like Jack and Daxter is no longer on PlayStation, Sly Cooper is no longer on PlayStation, Crash Bandicoot is no longer on PlayStation. I'm not saying we need to move on from Halo, but we gotta stop focusing on that. Because I feel like there are so many good, better games that are coming out that are actually gonna be like, whoa, this is noteworthy.
Yeah, I feel like Halo distracts people from the other cool things that they're working on.
Go ahead, Tripp. We just shit on your game. I'm sorry.
Nah, but we didn't even shit on it though.
I know we did it, but it's also like I don't want to see this shit no more.
Like I feel like we could have been way harder.
Yeah, I did it. All right. Let me speak on this. So I am in agreement actually with the both you to a certain extent. Not okay, when not you, not the extreme. I'm not agreeing with you.
Fucking burn it all down.
Let me clarify where I stand. I'm more of in Kxng's camp as somebody that does care about Halo, unlike y'all two, and I'm saying respectfully. I just think they need to have a long sit down, and Phil Spencer's right on the money. They need to have a long sit down with their leadership and understand what the direction of the franchise is. Now, we talked about this a long time ago when K-Dot was on the pod, but we spoke about whether Halo should be a franchise anymore, should just hang out the boots. And in my opinion, I don't think that right now Xbox is in the position to just let first party juggernauts go. I don't think they are. Now, if you give them time to have a reset, cool. Absolutely, I'm 100% for that. You give them time to sit down, rethink their strategy, come together. Because Phil Spencer said we've been very public about all the the different restructurings and people leaving. Bonnie Ross left, Stanton left. Like, how many people left the Halo team, and new leadership is in place because of all the transgressions of what happened with Halo Infinite. They've been very clear that they needed a reset, and they got the reset. And I'm fine with not seeing him, but I need to not see you for a good little while. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you need to, this is a question of quality. This is not a question of, are you gonna pop up? Are you alive? I need you to come out swinging. When I see the next Halo, whatever it is, I need it to be like 2 to 4 years away, and I need it to blow people's minds. I need it to be like, this is the stuff day one that we wanted to show you. This is what we wanted to, make that first impression. This is how we wanted to kick off Halo from the last one that we did. It needs to be that level, but in order to do that, you got to be on the back burner. I do 100% agree with Phil Spencer. There's 20 studios, guys. There's 20 studios. There's so much more great stuff happening and stuff going on. Halo, again, as much as it is the forerunner, pun intended, of the basically just the Xbox, the banner, the big dog. It needs to take a rest. It needs to take a rest because it just hasn't. It has not had the experiences that befit a forerunner of an entire, of an entire brand, of an entire console. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta kind of, at least in the same bracket, you know what I'm saying, to some degree, I would be like, listen, I ragged on Uncharted for a while. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. And even though all the Uncharted's are, as a franchise, they're at minimum decent. You know what I'm saying? They're solid games. I ain't gonna lie to you. But at some point, I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all need to take a break. Y'all need to rest up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing too much right now. Back it up. And if it takes if they don't come back, I would very much love it if they, you know what I'm saying, they put that thing to rest, do what they need to do. But like a gap in between, say like Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4 is probably like a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Like that little gap between, launch on PlayStation 4, giving the franchise a rest does a lot more good than harm, I think, especially one that's been battered this much by reception and lack of content support and just how the rollout for Halo Infinite went. You just need a little bit of rest and time in the, the hyperbolic time chamber, in that little pod, just collecting strength to really come out on the best foot possible. So if Halo disappears from all marketing and stuff for the next 2 to 3 years while Xbox really strengthens everything else, and then, you know what I'm saying, you throw the alley-oop back up and Master Chief is there to, 360 windmill and all that shit like that, I'm perfectly fine with it. It just needs some time in the pressure cooker, but I don't think it's the time for Chief to die yet. I'm sorry, Owen.